What's going on, everyone? Welcome so much to the stream. Anybody that's here coming in at this time, thank you so much for spending time out of your day. Little old me, anybody that's watching the game or watching the stream after, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch little old me. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff. So we got the first preseason game, and sorry about that. Checking the stream, making sure it works, and well, now I know it works. Anyway, we got the first preseason game under wraps. Look, I understand people are going to overreact to the actual score and are going to look at it as like, oh, we lost by 30, stuff like that. What did we do when the players that mattered were in the game? We looked really good. Russ was great. He looked under control. He looked like he was a guy that knew and had direction and knew what he was doing, had some nice passes, some nice assists, stuff like that. Anthony Davis looked like the Anthony Davis we need him to be. That was the guy that I was really key on seeing. And as soon as they announced that he was actually going to play, what were we getting out of him? We got exactly what we needed. Nice little double-double in 16 minutes. LeBron played 16 minutes. LeBron had a terrible game, and we still looked really good. So that's always a good sign when LeBron's just – he didn't make a single field goal, and we were still looking really good. That's always really good. And then you had guys like Winning Gabriel was everywhere early on, right? The first half, he looked great. He was all over the place, blocking shots, helping out on defense. Patrick Beverley looked like what we needed him to be, very solid. Max Christie, that kid is great defensively. Like if you watched it, he played a majority of the game. If he played pretty much a good chunk of the game, if not, here, let's see exactly what his minutes were. But Max Christie played 24 minutes. Yeah. So he did play a good chunk of the game. His entire defensive scheme, like he's good, great at closeouts, great on recovery. When he's switching and moving off a guy, stuff like that. He was fantastic. I really liked what I saw with Max Christie. The shooting, the knocking. He did have a couple nice shots. A lot of turnovers by him. Just a lot of just silly, just turnovers, unnecessary turnovers. As a team, as a whole, we just didn't have really any positives in the turnover department. But good thing is that our starters, again, outside of Kendrick Nunn, because he played the most. Him and Damian Jones play. Damian Jones played 21 minutes, and Kendrick Nunn played 20 minutes. Kendrick Nunn had 5 turnovers. That's not good. That's not what we need to see from him. We need to see him protect the ball. But other than that, everyone was good. LeBron did have 1 turnover, and Westbrook only had 1 turnover. But outside of that, we looked good. I really liked what I saw from Westbrook, from LeBron, guys handling the ball, taking care of the ball. Swider, you saw that stroke. You saw that shooting. He's not ready, though. He's really not. If you watched that game and you watched him play, he really wasn't a guy that was able to make the adjustments, that was able to stay in front of his man. He doesn't have that. He's basically a shooter, and that's it. It's clear watching him play. Again, it's just preseason, but still, watching him play, you can tell. Like he is a 3-point specialist, and that's it. It's understandable why he didn't get drafted and why he was available, even though he was the best or arguably the best shooter in the draft this past season. But other sort of bright spots besides Winning Gabriel, and again, I gotta give a lot of credit to Max Christie. Max Christie, the shooting's gonna come. The shooting will fall. That takes time. He's young. He's got a lot of room to grow. But gave some assists. Gave us a bunch of rebounds. But defensively, he was so stout. Really, I really liked what I saw from him on the defensive end, just on his closeout. He's just really good at getting back to the ball. He's really good at recovery. If he misses the guy, he's right back. I think that 6'9" wingspan really helps as well because he's got that length, 6'6" size. And I really liked what I saw from him. Again, Winning Gabriel was fantastic. He was everywhere. He had 4 blocks this game. So he was all over the court. Really liked to see his energy and things along those lines. But again, the first half, that is the key. That was what did we see in the first half? And everything that I saw in the first half, I really liked. Are there things to improve on? Absolutely. Are there things that we should have done, absolutely. But the pick and roll with Westbrook was great. The pick and roll period was really good. It was nice to see Westbrook really be in control. Like I said, he was really in control this game. You saw him, he'd get the ball and he wasn't rushing. He wasn't forcing the issue. He'd back down. He had some nice passes, played within the scope, played within the offense, within the schemes. I really liked that. I really liked what I saw from him. Again, Anthony Davis knocking down threes. He was great. That was a huge, huge contribution for him from the 3-point range. He shot 50% from three. That's what we need all season. We need to see him knocking and lighting up those threes. It's outside of that. I really liked what I saw. Now, again, I know people are going to look at this and go, "We lost by 30, though." Look, what did we do when the players that were in the game mattered? That's what I've been saying from day one. Even if we win, what did the players and what did it look like when the guys that matter were in the game? And what did it look like as a whole, as far as like running schemes and stuff? Now, the deep bench unit definitely needs some work. There was no defense, and they turned the ball over a ton in that second half. But a lot of those guys aren't going to handle the ball in the regular season. That ball handling duties are going to go to Beverly, LeBron, Westbrook, and Schroeder. So a lot of those guys, and Reeves as well. I could see Reeves being a playmaker and doing those kind of things. And he had 3 turnovers, so he needs to protect the ball better. But other than that, most of those guys that handled the ball, like I said, Max Christie, Scottie Pippen Jr., like he's not even going to be on the roster come the regular season. A lot of the guys that committed most of the turnovers aren't really going to even be on the roster outside of Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn had 5 turnovers, and that's not good. That's not what you want to see from him. He's got to protect the ball better. But in general, overall, I really liked what I saw. Again, if you just look at the box score, if you just look at the score of the game, you're going to think like, oh, the Lakers were terrible. This is exactly what we feared. That wasn't the case. If you actually watch the game and you watch the game with the players that matter, Russell Westbrook looked fantastic. I mean, seriously. He looked great. I wanted to even just go on like a quick little live stream and just be like, tell me he's not going to work. But I don't want to overreact. It's a preseason game, but he did. He looked really good. I really liked what I saw there. The deep bench, a lot of the guys, like I said, we got the Max Christies, the Swiders, the Scottie Pippen Juniors, guys like that. They're not even Christie will be on the team, but he's probably not going to play much. Swider, Scottie Pippen, they're not going to be in the games at all. They're not even going to be on the roster. And then outside of that, most of the guys that did play aren't going to get a ton of time. Everybody that mattered, they all looked fantastic. Our starters were great when they were together. That's what I like to see. But let's get into some of this chat here, and then we'll answer some of these questions, and we will take it from there. What's going on, Abraham? I appreciate you. Lost by 30, LOL. Hey, like I said, it doesn't matter. What was the key? Not the second half, not the overall game. When the guys that mattered in the game, what did it look like? Was it good? Was it bad? Did it look dysfunctional? No, it looked really good. And that's the key. It's preseason, kid. It is. Oh, boy. Again, let's not overreact. Let's not overreact to that. Again, we played Max Christie 25 minutes, 24 minutes. Tell him there probably won't be an entire game this season where he plays anywhere close to that. It's just, we're running the end of our bench guys. We had Toscano Anderson play 22 minutes. Again, he's probably never going to play that much this entire season. So let's let cooler heads prevail. Like I said, throughout the season, it's what can we get? What do we see in the times that really matter? What do we see from the core guys? Because the core guys are the ones that are going to be running a majority of the game. And does that look good? I think they did. I think they do. Close game. Of course, media is always going to go crazy. Look, to put this in perspective, the Brooklyn Nets lost by 20? And the Sixers didn't even have James Harden or Joel Embiid. Is everyone going to think that the Nets are the worst team in the league? No, it's preseason. Again, it's preseason. Let's keep things in perspective. OKC beat the Thunder by, or OKC beat the Nuggets by 11. You know, like what about that? You know, all of that stuff. Again, put things in perspective. Preseason, guys are running deep in their bench. You know, I mean, even the Kings ran every single player. The Lakers ran most of the player, all the players that were available except for like 2. So again, well, preseason is for that. Exactly. It's all for that. Second half issues continue. No, they didn't. No, it's not. There's a difference if we started the starters the second half and that happened. Be a little concerned, but we had the deep bench guy. Like I said, what was the starting 5 when we rolled out the second half was Nunn, Christie. We had Winning Gabriel, like Toscano, Anderson. Like those are guys that we'll probably never have that lineup out in the regular season. It's a big difference. What's going on from Chile? We need 3D. Seriously, nobody can shoot threes. Yeah, I mean, it was a little rough from 3, but you know that's to be expected. We don't have any like lights out 3-point shooters, anything like that. But overall, I think we do. Like Davis shot well from 3. Kendrick Nunn hit his first 3. Swider was 2 of 4. You know, Reeves knocked down a 3. Beverly knocked down a 3. All the guys that we basically are going to run this season, they all hit their 3s. It was everyone else. It was all the deep guys that were just chucking up 3s. Austin Reeves can't be the primary ball handler. He's not going to be the primary ball handler. He'll probably be the ball handler in spots, certain lineup stuff like that. But like I said, ball handling duties is going to majority be LeBron James, Dennis Schroeder, Russell Westbrook. Those are going to be the 3 that primarily handle the ball. So outside of that, Lakers didn't run any plays at all. Where was the 4 in, 1 out? Did you not watch the first half, Paul? Did you not watch the first half at all? They absolutely ran plays. They ran the pick and roll several times. They ran all kinds of stuff. Was very good. Yeah, it was. And that was the biggest thing. Same bad team. Did you guys not watch? Did these people just not watch the first half? Like, you got to actually watch the game. Watch the first half. Stuff like that. Again, you gotta watch what happens. F toenail clippers and Kawhi is constantly hurt. Well, first off, Intel, thank you so much for $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Coming in hot, $5. And secondly, yes, I can't trust the Clippers until I see them prove me wrong. You know, every year is their year from Lob City days. Every year they're supposed to be that reinvented, reformed basketball team, and every year they look really good, and it just turns out that they're not. You know, we might not even have to worry about them come playoff time. But I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to kind of see something like that work out. That would be really nice if we could get them kind of in the flow of things. But yeah, sorry. Saw something pop up. Just making sure it wasn't important. Multitasking. But again, thank you so much, Intel. And yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. At least yet, until they can prove to me that we need to worry. But what else? Where were we? Damn, Swider can shoot. Absolutely, he can. Absolutely, he is an incredible shooter. We really saw the different layers and dynamics of that of him just in general. Just knocking down shots wide open. He's a guy you can't leave wide open at all. Brick and free throws cost us the game. Yeah, we need to do a lot better with free throws. We missed a lot of guys that we need to knock down free throws. Missed a lot of free throws, which really hurt. So I agree with you. All those teams in preseason are playing their relevant players, and games are being just like this. I watched the games today. Yeah, it's like I said. The Nets got blown out without Embiid and James Harden, and all of their guys play. It's that eventually you end up just having you run out your bench. First half, we had the main guys play. And what do we do in that first half when the main guys play? We looked really good. That's what I care about. I don't care about anything else. This team won't make the play in, and you keep giving them props. Did you watch the same game I did? I did. Did you? You just said that the Lakers didn't run any plays. So clearly, we watched different games. That, or you just don't know how the game of basketball works. Max Christie is freaking fast. I agree 100%. Max Christie is absolutely fast. He, like I said, his recoveries, just everything is just really, he's really on it. Like, he just has really good recoveries when it comes to just the game of basketball and just the defense of it. You see, like I said, he misses an assignment or something. He's right back there on the closeouts. Boom, he's right there. I really liked what I saw from the defensive end from him. We were up at the half and we started playing bench guys. We will be all right. If you're going to be negative, just stop being a fan and go watch a different team. Look, I have no problem with people criticizing things. You can't criticize. Like clearly some of these people just didn't watch the game. They just looked at the box score and went, oh, okay. Like we sucked. We lost by 30. That's the thing. So I don't understand that. And I won't understand that. If you watch the game, we were fine. Our rookies played like rookies. Exactly. They turned the ball over. They made mistakes. They had some bright spots. They had some bad spots, things like that. It's one of those things. Don't forget, we're playing Sacramento. Yeah, look, I keep that stuff in perspective, but we'll be fine. I've been saying fire Darvin Ham. What's going on, Ball? I appreciate you. Our rotation guys look good on defense. Don't worry about offense too much when you have LeBron James. Yeah, like I said, LeBron played terrible, and we still looked good. Like LeBron went 0-7 from the field, and we still looked good, and we still had the lead. And like most of the time, and most teams, we'd be getting destroyed if LeBron went 0-7 from the floor. But yeah, I think that was a real positive to see that we had guys that could that we could carry the load even if LeBron's having an off night. I've been saying all for summer, fire Darvin Ham. First off, Ball, thank you so much for $2 super chat, coming in hot. Secondly, no, come on, it's a preseason game. We look great in the first half. It was fine. We will be fine. It'll be totally okay. I'm not really worried about it at all when it comes to like what we saw on there. So yeah. Let me see what else. Again, thank you so much, Paul, for the $2 super chat. Sorry, trying to find my place. Here we go. I know it's preseason, but Damian Jones can't be our starting center all year. I don't know. He looked good with the other guys. When he was out there by himself, he's a guy that's going to need people to create for him. He's a guy that's going to need people to really kind of help put him in position. But yeah, Buddy Hield is a 3 shooter with 0 defense. Yes, he is. But it just, if you saw Swider, he just is lost out there sometimes. Buddy Hield can also create his own shot a little bit. He's not great at it, but he could create his own shot. I'm not saying, look, he's a rookie. He could get to that point. He could get to Buddy Hield point. But right now, he is clearly not ready. He's just not. He's not ready for rotations. Maybe in some spots here and there, you bring him up, stuff like that. But our starters held Zach to 35 points. Exactly. We were good. We were fine. I liked what I saw. I liked the team we had. This was a practice game, doesn't count. Lakers have a lot of new players. It will take time to match. That's another excellent point. Yes, I agree. That shit was trash. I don't want to hear your hype anymore, fam. Shut it. Look, see, casual fan comment. This is somebody that didn't watch the first half and probably just saw spots or saw the box score away. Oh, we suck. Casual fans crack me up. And I knew that I knew as soon as I came on here, I was going to have all the knuckleheads, all the goobers that are like, watch the game, watch the first half, go look how long did the starters play and what did they do? We looked great. We looked really good. Russ looked fantastic. It's a preseason game. But, people don't know what they're talking about. People are casual fans, or they just don't understand the game of basketball and how preseason works, and they're going to overblow everything. Tomorrow, the media will probably do the same thing. Media will probably be over there because it's good to bash. It's good to talk bad about the Lakers. I don't care about the second half and all of our rookies playing 20 minutes in the second half, and we got blown out. We should have gotten blown out with all the rookies. I care about when we had the starters, when we had the guys that are actually going to be in the rotation. How did we look? Were we good or were we terrible? We were good. We looked very good. Russ was under control. Russ did his job. Russ was running that pick and roll, and it was effective. Davis looked like the Davis we know he can be. He looked great. LeBron had a bad game, and we still looked great. Even with LeBron playing terrible, we still looked great. Nunn looked great with that. Damian Jones looked great when he was running with the starting five. All of that. When we ran some other rotations, we looked good with the core guys. I don't care about, when we were running Max Christie, Swider, and Gary Payton, or not Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen Jr. We're running them for 25 minutes in the second half. I'm not worried about that. That's never going to happen this season because none of them are ever. Half those guys aren't even going to be on the roster. The rest aren't even going to be on the team. It's silly. But again, you got a lot of people that think they know what they're talking about, but they don't. They don't know anything. I like what I saw. Great. I did too. The Lakers still need shooting wins. I do agree with that, Paul. I do think that they could use that. But look, there's not really much out there. The scrubs in the second half didn't look well. Well coached. I mean, how much of those guys are actually being coached, though? Like Scottie Pippen, how much did he actually play in the scrimmages and in the practice stuff? Cole Swider, guys like that, like Max Christie, how much did they actually play? The guys that were that are clearly going to be in the rotation, they looked well coached. They looked like they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were going to do. Scottie Pippen, look, Pippen did have some very nice moments, but he had the same things. He had the same issues I had in summer league. Gets careless with the ball sometimes, tries to do a little too much. He needs to let the game come to him. If he can kind of just take a second and allow the defense or allow the game of basketball to come to him, I think we'll be okay. Yes, exactly. Held Sacramento to 35 points. We looked fine in the first half. What else we got? Pelinka was hyping up AD, saying he had a body transformation. You weren't that impressed tonight? Are you kidding me? The guy played 16 minutes and had a double-double out of 11 and 11, shot 50% from three, blocked shots. What does that guy have to do in 16 minutes for you to think that? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. The guy had a steal, 2 assists, 11 rebounds, and 11 points, and literally in 16 minutes of play, and that wasn't impressed. That wasn't impressive. I would love to hear what he has to do to impress you. Bench unit in the first half was good. Yeah, but those were the rotation guys, which is good, which is what you want to see. Like I said, all of the rotation guys played in the first half, and we looked good with all of those lineups. I liked it. I mean, we were leading. We were leading the game start to finish. I liked it. We played solid defense. We were getting blocks. We were doing a little bit of everything. It was great. Swider hit that 3, and the floor opened up. Yes, definitely. Last season, they say it's preseason. Here's the difference, is that we were getting just destroyed from the jump in preseason. We were great in the first half when we played with the guys that we played. So y'all say Buddy Hield, not a good defender. Y'all act like the Wild team have to be Kawhi Leonard defensively. If you got Turner, AD, Bev, and Buddy, and Bron, you're good with one liability. Well, Bron isn't going to play defense for 82 games a season, in and out. Our biggest problem is still wing defense. None of Bev, Buddy, and Bron do not solve our wing defense. AD and Turner aren't going to solve our wing defense. We'd be great in the paint, but they're not going to help our wing defense, which is the problem. That's our biggest issue right now, is guarding the perimeter. we lost every preseason game last year, and everyone said that it didn't matter. Again, there's differences. How did we look the last season compared to how do we look this season? It's one thing to look terrible and get blown out. It's another thing to the first half we look absolutely great, and then we put in our rookies and have them play 20 plus minutes and we get blown out. There's a big difference. It's not that preseason doesn't matter in the sense of like the grand scope of things. It's when the rotation guys are in the game, how are we looking? Problem with preseason last year is we were getting blown out with our rotation guys. This game, we had our rotation guys and we looked fantastic. Everything was clicking. Guys were looking great, everything. Russ and AD looks great. Yeah, they did. Especially, I was really impressed with Russ. Again, it's a preseason game. Don't want to get too high. Let's see what he does in the regular season. But Russ looked really good. He looked really. He was letting the game come to him. He was staying patient. He was running that pick and roll. He was getting to the basket and finishing. I really liked what I saw from Russ. LeBron sucks, but he is always like that in preseason for years. So I think there are many positives. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the fact that LeBron was terrible, we still looked really good. And the fact that we looked good with LeBron playing awful, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Because usually LeBron plays awful and we look like a team. We look like a high school team out there. Russ looked good. He wasn't holding the ball. He was just cutting. Yeah, he was moving without the ball. He was like, I really liked, if you saw in the first half, every time a guy gave the ball up, he cut through the paint. We didn't get a lot of that last year. A lot of the times you kick the ball out to the thing and then you just kind of scoot over, or you go to the corner, or you do whatever. You saw, so Russ would dump the ball down to AD and then immediately cut, and forcing the defender to follow, which creates that ISO, which creates the space. And if he doesn't follow, then it's an easy dump pass, boom, easy layup, right? You saw that with everybody. AD, same thing. Nunn, same thing. LeBron, same thing. I like that. There was movement without the ball. You didn't have to have the ball in order for you to move. Guys weren't just standing still. You always had that guy in the corner just for your bailout guy, but the guys within the play set that were operating within the actual play, they were all moving. And I like that. That's what you need. That's what you need to see. But Lakers need to prove something after last season. No, they don't. They don't need to prove anything. They prove it in the regular season. They prove it by starting the first two games against the Warriors and the Clippers. That's when they prove it. Right now, they don't need to prove anything. They just need to learn the sets, condition themselves, train. They looked fine. They looked great. If they came out and won by 30, everyone would be like, it's just preseason, relax, and it's the Kings. There's nothing to prove in preseason. It doesn't matter. How did we look when the rotation guys were in the game? We looked fine. That's all I care about. Lost by 18 Nets. Lakers by 30. Stop it. Yeah. Look, the Nets lost without, Embiid and Harden didn't even play, and they lost by 18. It's preseason. It's fine. It'll be okay. Chris has good length and athletic, but he looks too fresh. He does. He's a rookie. He made a lot of bad mistakes. I think he should spend the entire season in the G League for this season, and maybe next year he will be good. I wouldn't mind if they dropped him down. The only reason I want him to stay on the roster, because they can always drop him down if they need to, if they need the roster spot or something. I would like if the Max Christie, if he stayed on the roster so that we could work out with the main guys. When you're up or losing and, the game's essentially over, he can get some run, he can get some burn against NBA guys rather than other G League guys. There's value in that. But outside of that, I thought he was great. I thought he looked good. He made the mistakes. His shot is still a little wonky, but that's what you expect. The shot can be fixed. That can be worked out. Defensively, he was fantastic. And that's what I care about. How did he look on the defensive end? I liked Russ and Ben Simmons today. Ben Simmons looked really good today. He was playing great as well also. And yeah, Russ, I cannot speak more highly on Russ. Winning looked great. he's going to be an X factor on TV. He was everywhere. I mean, he was picking up slack. He had 4 blocked shots, and like 3 of those were in the first half. I mean, he was all over. I loved it. I loved what I saw with him. Team looked very good. I liked it. I liked what I saw. Watching in silence. Keep great work. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Game is 2 halves, not one, but this is a preseason game. This is no different than a scrimmage game, And what did both sides do in the second half? They unloaded their bench. We started 3. We're not going to start LeBron, Davis, and Westbrook in the second half. A game in preseason is 1 half. Look at every team in the league. How many minutes did all their guys play? They all played about 16 to 20 minutes. So, no, you're wrong. Preseason is just a first half as far as the stars and the players go. Second half is for your other guys to kind of see who you want to keep. You got to remember, a lot of these teams have like 20 guys on the roster and need to make roster cuts. So they need to see who's good, who's not, who's making the plays, who's not, who's doing what in a real game situation. That's what the second half is for. The second half is to figure out who's making the roster and who's not. That's what the second half is for. There's a big difference between preseason and the regular season. And that's something that a lot of people need to understand. You got don't just look at the Lakers, look at every team in the league. Look at the Warriors even. They weren't playing Steph 40 minutes. No, it's preseason. And that was even when they were playing in Japan, when you actually have all these fans and stuff that are paying to see it that may never see him again. So it'll be okay. I assure you, it'll be okay. We lose by 30 first preseason game. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. If we lose by 30 the first or second regular season game, then there's some trouble. We'll need to talk. But again, the first half, we won. We won the first half. We won with our rotation guys. The rotation guys came in. They looked great. They got the job done. We went in with the lead, and then brought in Swider and Pippen, and we brought in Max Christie and Westbrook and Gabriel, and we just rotated all of these guys. It's fine. It's nothing to worry about. If we would have lost if we were down 20 at halftime, I would have been like, yeah, we should be a little concerned. That's not good. But us being up, what were we up? 8, 9, something like that at halftime. What were we up at halftime? We were up. We were up 6 at halftime. We looked good. We looked fine. Our rotation guys played 16 minutes. We're fine. We're okay. But again, thanks so much, Intel. I really appreciate the super chat. Did you just say the Lakers are old? God. The trolls come in. It's hilarious. Can the Lakers go to the playoffs? I think so. Yeah, I think they can. I mean, health is going to be a big thing. Can you trust AD will do it all games? Yeah, I do. I mean, look, even when he came back from injury before the guy came plowing into his leg, he was looking great. He looked dominant. Even his shooting went up, everything. So, I mean, he looked good today. He gave us what we needed in the time he played. Like I said, he put up a double-double in 16 minutes. That's great. That's what you want to see from Anthony Davis. Add that to his per 40. It would have been a 30-15 game, something like that. 30-20 game. You need to mix bench players with good players, with good playmakers. Put 5 role players on the court doing whatever they feel like it too is a disaster. I know it's preseason, but waste playing such lineups. Yeah, but again, they're trying to figure out which guys are making the roster or any. You got to remember they still have a roster spot. They still have guys that they can waive, that they can cut, stuff like that. The whole point of the second half, the Sacramento Kings played their entire roster today. The Sixers played their entire roster today. All these teams are playing their entire rosters because they're trying to see, is there any gem? Is there anybody that we can get excited for? Is there anybody that we think could maybe fit in on this team? That's what the second half is for. The second half is for your end of the bench guys, for the guys that probably aren't going to make the roster, all that stuff. Kind of get a feel and see if there's any bright spots in there. It's just preseason. Most of our main guys didn't play the second half. First half was def promising. Exactly. I liked what I saw. I'm glad Keegan Murray had a solid game. He did. I like Keegan Murray a lot too. That dude might be something nice, something real nice. Who's your starting five? I liked our starting five today. I think it had a nice balance. Well, Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, LeBron, Davis, and Damian Jones. Although I think you could swap Damian Jones for Thomas Bryant, but I do like the energy Damian Jones brings. I did. I like that. I like that starting five, and I'd be totally okay if they run that. At least try it out for a couple games. See if you can always make adjustments between one or two people, something like that. I'll be happy if they make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs. As long as they're healthy, they'll be fine. They'll make the playoffs. Max Christie has excellent defense for a rookie. Seriously. I mean, he was great. He was always stayed in front of his guy, always recovered, all of that stuff. I really liked what I saw from him from the defensive end. Look, his shooting, his scoring, that'll improve over time. He's got nice length, nice size, everything. He'll get the shot down. The shot will fall for him. But it's what can you do on the defensive end? What can you buy? And he's already looking like a legit defender in this league. I love that. We need at least one streaky shooter. Melo would be a fit again. I agree that it would be nice to have a shooter. Got to remember, a lot of guys are going to start getting bought out in the next 2 weeks. So who knows? Rudy Gay, Crowder. If the Suns can't trade Crowder, they might end up trading Crowder, stuff like that. So Beverly is a spark plug. Absolutely. I really like Beverly. And yes, Westbrook and Davis looked good. I was really impressed with Westbrook today. Really impressed. What else? Dude's keeping money in the chat. So Davis played. Yes, he did. He did play, and he played great. He looked great. I really liked what I saw from Anthony Davis. Like I said, he put up a double-double in 16 minutes. What more could you ask for? That was just beautiful. Sorry, real quick. I just want to check. Okay. Sorry, trying to get past the trolls. We should try to get some star player with those role players, even if it's just preseason. Otherwise, you can't get much out of the game. You can't tell who's good or bad because they all look bad. I mean, we're not going to be able to get the role players. I mean, and there's no stars out there right now. I mean, maybe eventually, but we'll see. Same team from last year. Are you ready to admit defeat, bro, or still blowing break? So you didn't watch the game. Got it. You could immediately tell who didn't actually watch the game and just looked at the box score and went, Lakers are terrible. I love it. That's hilarious. Nunn looks great aside AD. I expect Schroeder to do the same too. Toscano Anderson looked like he had no confidence in his jump shot, and he's one of our bigger wings. I actually agree with that. Toscano Anderson looked kind of out of place, even defensively. He missed a couple assignments, was late on rotations and stuff. I'm not going to lie, I was a little concerned with Toscano Anderson. I actually expected a little more from him, but it's a game. I mean, even LeBron had a bad game, so I don't want to get too much on his case. But yes, Nunn looked great when he was with the starters and everything. Nunn was really nice, and they were able to run some nice sets with him. Schroeder, I mean, I do. Last time Schroeder, LeBron, and Davis played together, the three of them on the court were a plus 15. So I imagine they're going to get right back into the swing of things when it comes to that. So I do. I really like what I saw today with them. Intel coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Lakers 17 chips, toenail Clippers 0. Exactly. Look, at the end of the day, we're still good. I like where we're at. I like what I'm saying. I like what I saw. I think we are. I think we're in a very good position so far. Again, it's one game. Let's see what the second game looks like as far as the rotation guys again. I want to see the same thing. I want to see what translated this game. I want to see that translate next game also, especially against the Suns. How do we match up against the Suns starters, stuff like that? Is this going to be any good? That's something I want to see as well. But again, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. Lakers look great in the first half, but we're only up 3 guaranteed. Well, I mean, they were up 6, and at one point they were up 12 before they put their bench guys in. Guarantee Lakers get 8, 12 seed. All right, we'll see. Making a lot of guarantees. Bro, there's no need to overreact. Shaking my head. It's the first preseason game. Give them some time to gel. When things start clicking, they're going to be a decent team. Hey, look, Jaden, I'm with you. Like I said, they looked great. Like Russ looked great. Davis looked great. LeBron looked terrible, and we still look great. Like we were so good in that first half that a terrible LeBron still looked good amongst everybody because we looked so good. I really like that. Davis played 16 minutes. LeBron played 16 minutes, and Russ played 15 minutes, which is about what you thought. Lakers are Garbo. Blame Lee GM for forming this team and trading everybody for Westbrook. I don't know about all that, but King starters had lower minutes than the Lakers starters. Okay, I guess. I mean, Sabonis played 15 minutes, which is 1 minute less than everybody. Fox and Barnes played 16 minutes, which was the same. I don't know. Did you just make that up? Did you just what happened? You just made that up? Literally, the Lakers 3 guys played just as many minutes as the Kings 3 guys. So I don't know where you got that from. Did you just time it yourself on a stopwatch or what? Max Christie has a striking resemblance to Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I know. A lot of people really think that. There's the memes and conversation going around that is he Kobe's son or something? Yeah, I've seen all those. Lakers looked awful, JK. They look solid, but you know me, I'm a Laker hater. Hey, look, I get it, but they did. They looked solid. I really liked them. I really liked it. Yeah, he had 11 points and 11 rebounds, which was nice. Nunn looked good. I agree. Nunn looked really good. The 5 turnovers I could do without, but he looked good. Granted, those turnovers happen with the bench guys, with the role guys. So it wasn't with the starters and stuff. So I'll give him a little slack, but what else? None look good with the starters, not with the bench. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once we put the young guys in, that's when it kind of. I feel like Christie may get playing time. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, he was really good defensively. Really good. I was really impressed with him on the defensive end. Seriously. Your rating on defense? I thought we played great defensively. Of course, could we have played better defensively? Absolutely. There were a couple missed rotations. There was a couple backdoors that we gotta keep an eye on. We can't let that stuff happen. But overall, I thought we were great. Damian Jones was moving well. LeBron, even Westbrook was playing some solid defense. Davis was looking good. I liked it. Again, we looked great. We held them to. They scored 41 points in the third half or in the first half total. That's what I need to see. I need to see stuff like that. I need to see that. I need to see us keeping teams to, not under 35, 40-point quarters for sure. Max reminds me of Kobe. You look. I think it's just because of the resemblance, but and his age. He's so young. I don't know. Maybe we got a real gem. Hey, look, the Lakers development team and stuff and scouting department. They've done so well. We can't, I can't really knock them until they start missing, because they've done really good at scouting and just finding talent, finding players and stuff. It's also preseason. Won't get everyone reps. Yeah. Like I said, the Phoenix Suns got smacked the entire game to the 36ers, the Australian 36ers, which are one of the worst teams in their own conference. Let's not overreact, and they look terrible. They looked awful, but you don't hear anyone talking bad about them. Like and subscribe. Yes. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's actually see, where are we likes and subscribe wise? We're only at 35 likes and there are 119 of you. Hit that like button. Help me out. What are you doing? hit that like button. You have no idea how much that really helps. It really does. It helps tremendously. And subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Don't miss that. Don't miss out on the content. We're at 4573. Can we get, is it possible to get 27 subscribers? There's 117 of you. Can I get to 4,600 subscribers on this stream? That would be amazing. Amazing. I don't trust if we get down early. I don't know. Like I said, I liked it. I mean, it depends on how much. But look, LeBron's not going to play terrible. It's just that. It's just, yeah. I think we'll be fine. I really do. I think we'll be okay. Obviously, I want to see more of the sample size. I don't want to just see, one game. I don't want to just say, oh, after one game, like that's it. Like the Lakers, that's it. We're winning the jet. Nothing like that. I liked what I saw, but I want to keep expectations, reasonable. Let's see how they play the entire preseason with those unit of guys, and then when we get to the regular season, AD was hooping. AD looked really good. That's what we need to see. That's what we need to see. These people in the chat aren't fans. They just trying to see you respond. That's exactly what they're doing. It's just trolls trying to make stuff like that. So he had no bad back soreness. I mean, the report said he did. But like I said, if you watch the video that I made yesterday, I even said, like, that's usually the back tightness is usually the excuse. Like you'll see back tightness, calf strain, something like that. The light things. It's like those are usually the excuses to have your guys not play or just play limited minutes. That's usually how it goes. This team is younger than last season. You can tell the difference. Oh, absolutely. I really liked how this team moved. I liked how everybody looked. I thought everybody looked really mobile. So that's good. Sorry. Sorry, I lost my place. Let me refresh that. I'm trying to get to the bottom. 80 was balling, y'all tripping. He looked great. I really liked it. Yeah, I got rid of it. And now I got Bluck in the chat. Thank you, Bluck. I think he took care of the last one. Happy to see AD balling. Likewise. He looked great. He looked really good. Yeah, Lakers are definitely not old. That person that said it earlier just wanted attention or something. I don't know. Let's see. If we are 2-4 in preseason, it'll be okay. I said that was if you watch my earlier prediction video, I said 2-4, 3-3. I think that's a good sign. LeBron did. LeBron looked really bad, and we still looked good. That is very positive in my opinion. Very positive. When you could have LeBron James play terrible and we still look really good, I like that. I like to see that. So yeah, I'm very happy and satisfied with that. Dustin coming in out with the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. If you're Pelinka, do you do the Indy trade? Nah, I don't think so. I think you wait. You have to like what you saw from Westbrook just now. You have to. Westbrook looked really good. Westbrook played very well. I think you got to at least try. Still not worth the 2 firsts. I don't think you do the 2 firsts regardless. Maybe if Indy comes down after a little bit, they're gonna go into the season with Russ. They're gonna play some sample size. The Indiana Pacers trade isn't going anywhere. Teams have inquired, but Indiana isn't gonna get their asking price, and they're not gonna take on long-term salary. And Russ is literally the only contract like that this season, so they're fine. You got to run it, see how it goes, see how it looks, and then we'll start exploring if it's not working out the way that you want it to. I don't think Russ looked good. I thought Russ looked fantastic. Russ was setting the screens. He was taking his time. He was finishing at the rim. He was playing defense. He was slashing and cutting to the basket. I mean, what more do you want? Like he literally did everything that we had hoped that he would do. I don't know what else Russ could have done. Dude, Russ was great. Russ was fantastic. Again, it's preseason. I want to see him do that against the Warriors and the Clippers and do it the rest of the season. But he looked great. The poor infiltrated the Lakers. Lakers can lose all 6 preseasons. It doesn't count exactly. I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about what do they look like. The core guys, the guys that are going to be in the rotation. What do our rotation guys look like? Russ left his feet at every pump fake and shot one jumper that he missed. Yeah, but we're not expecting him to shoot lights out, shoot all the jumpers. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. They were good till the starters went out, and I love you too. Thank you. But they were fine. Like I said, I liked what I saw from the guys that mattered while they were on the court. While they matter, that's all I care about. Trying to find something to me that's not I'm worried. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with being a little worried, being a little pessimistic, but I like where we're at. Let's see. Trying to find some actual comments. I checked in on Lakers Nation. Trevor and Sean look like they were at a funeral. Is that bad? I don't know. I mean, hey, maybe they feel a different way than I do, but I loved what I saw. I loved what I saw in the first half. I really did. I'm not overreacting to the bench guys, and I'm not overreacting to our 11th through 15th guy playing the entire second half and us not looking good. Like, I'm not worried about that at all. I'm worried. I would be worried if our main guys came out and looked bad. Let's see. Lakers should play their entire roster on Wednesday against the Suns. Need to see Dwayne Bacon and Jay Huff play. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that at all. Especially come second half. Same thing that they did today. They should do every game this preseason. Have a couple guys. Play a couple minutes here and there, and go through your whole roster in the second half. That's what I want to see. Play your core guys for that 16, 20 minutes, whatever, and then switch up from there. Who do we play next? We play the Suns on Wednesday. Terrence Ross and Nikolai as buyout options. I wouldn't mind Terrence Ross at all if they get Nickel Alexander Walker. He's just so bad sometimes. Like, sometimes he looks good, and then other times he just looks terrible. Like, he just doesn't look like a very good basketball player sometimes. Davis shooting looks better. It absolutely does. Hey, like I've been saying this from day one on this channel, Davis has been working with the lethal shooter, and last time he worked with the lethal shooter, he shot 40% from three in the bubble, and he shot 36% from the field from three. What else? You think we still make a trade with Indy? I do not. At least not anytime soon. I think they at least let the Lakers team currently constructed play a couple games, get us good sample size. The Pacers trade isn't going anywhere. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. No reason to panic. It's only preseason. Hey, Lex, I'm with you. Not just that. Our starters looked great, and that's what I wanted to see. I don't care about the 11th through 15th player and our three rookies coming in and turning the ball over, 15 times in the second half and just looking awful. I don't care about that. They're not. Two of those guys aren't even going to be on the roster, and one of them is probably never going to play unless we're blowing out or we're getting blown out. Like, I'm not worried about, 3 or 4 guys that are never going to see the basketball court for the Lakers this season getting blown out by a Kings team. Like, I'm not worried about that. Didn't you say something along the lines of Lakers should have included winning instead of Stanley? Huh, how you feel now? I did not say that. I said that they shouldn't have gotten rid of Stanley at all, but it freed up a roster spot. If you've followed me at all, I've talked very highly of winning Gabriel. I've said countless times that, like, hey, winning Gabriel, if he worked on his 3-point shot, then it's that. Trevor Lane, maybe you're thinking of Laker Nation. Trevor Lane said that he would rather have winning Gabriel on several occasions. I think you're getting Laker channels mixed up. Let's see. I think you have a better shot at growing facial hair, but I also thought the res is much over. So do it, man. I don't even want that. I'm still upset. I'm still hurt over that. Anybody over analyzing one preseason game knows absolutely nothing about basketball. If we won by 30 tonight, I would have had the same. Exactly. I've been saying that from day one. Look, what did our starters do? That's all I care about. I don't care about our 15 to 20 guys, or the guys that are never going to see the basketball. I don't care about those. I don't. I care about how do we look with our rotation pieces. Were we good with the guys that are in our rotation? Yes? Okay. Then that's all I care about. Any row would have lost. I guess the pace trade is the only way to prove our Jedi. I'm telling you, we're fine. It'll be okay. Like our starters were great. Russell Westbrook looked great. Anthony Davis looked great. LeBron looked absolutely terrible, and we still looked great. Should we bring back Melo? I mean, I'm not against it. I wouldn't be upset if they did, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. Nunn was terrible in the second half with all like the rookies and the bench guys and stuff, but Nunn looked really good with the starters. Nunn was great with the starters. Let's see. What? They a bunch of girls? Westcoat. I don't want to go that far yet, but yeah. You'll find out next episode. Oh, that's great. Lakers starters look good in the first half. Absolutely. They look great. I was very happy, very impressed. I was very impressed with Russ, all of that stuff. Westbrook for DeRozan. Nah. I mean, I would love that. I don't think it happens, but I have said keep an eye out for DeRozan potentially like come trade deadline, especially if Chicago starts falling apart. If Chicago starts falling apart, then I'm telling you, like that could be a real trade to look out for. We're not fine, bro. I assure you, we are fine. We are great. Like did you see the game, Jedi? We took a 30 lead for the game. Did you see the lead though, Jedi? Or did you actually see the game though, Jedi? Like I'm telling you, we were fine. Now they lost the game. Not putting a great defense player on D starting five is really a disaster. Did you watch the game? Like our defense was great the first half. Our defense was fantastic. We were perfectly fine. I was very impressed by that. Was surprised by Westbrook. He was very efficient, have a lot of potential. I agree. I thought I was really impressed with Russell Westbrook. Really impressed with Russell Westbrook. Now, granted, again, it's a preseason game. I want to see him do that the entire preseason, and I want to see him do that in the regular season. But he was patient. He was efficient. He was effective. He moved without the ball. He was running that pick and roll, all of that stuff. I loved what I saw from Russ. Russ looked really good, really good. You did, and you still think that we weren't good? Like Russ was everything we hoped he would be. Anthony Davis was a monster, put up a double-double in 60 minutes. LeBron James had one of the worst games of his career, and we still looked really good. Nunn was great until he ran in the second unit with the thing. I'm not worried about three rookies and a bunch of rotation guys playing 25 minutes in the second half. I'm not worried about that. What did our rotation guys do when they play? They played great. We saw Damian Jones, winning Gabriel, all the guys that are going to play, they were great. They were great. We should have gotten blown out by 30. We played our three rookies that aren't even going to be on the roster. We played the guys that aren't even going to be on the roster this season. I'm not worried about that. I'm really not. I was hoping Reeves was a beast this game. Yeah, look, he had his moments. He had his moments. But he definitely was a little slouchy. It looked like. We need Mo Harkless. LeBron was getting best off the dribble by Barnes. I'm not really that worried about it. He was drawing his defender to the help defense. He's not going to kill himself in preseason. And LeBron just had a bad game all around. I want to give it a couple games. What's the ceiling for this Lakers team? I've said that I see them as like a 5 to 6 seed. I think if everyone's healthy and things are clicking, maybe we get to a 3 to 4 seed. But look, if we're clicking and we look like we did in that 16-minute stretch, and we make it to the playoffs, I like our chances. I do. I like how we match up against every team in the Western Conference. I do. I really like our chances. I thought we looked very good in that little stretch. That mattered. That was the only stretch that really mattered. But yeah, outside of that, like I thought we looked really good, and if we can replicate that all season, we make the playoffs. We get into the playoffs. I'll take our chances. But we couldn't win the game against the Kings. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about winning the game. It's preseason. Like I said, I'm not worried about our 3 guys that are not going to even be on the roster playing almost the entire second half. Like, we should have lost by 30. Like, if we didn't lose by 30, the Kings need to be more worried than we were. Like I said, you got to put things in perspective. The Phoenix Suns lost to an Australian team that is like one of the worst teams in their own conference, in their own league. And the Suns lost that game start to finish with their starters playing like 20 minutes or whatever a game. Like, it's preseason. It's not something that we need to – even if the Lakers won by 30, I would tell you the same thing. I would be like, look, don't get too excited. These were the positives. These were the negatives. We're good. We got to make free throws. That's definitely a negative. We need to make free throws. We got to protect the ball better. All that stuff. It's just, it's one of those things. It's tough watching the second half after witnessing last season. I do understand that. I do understand people looking at last season and looking at today's game and going, oh, it's that all over again. But again, you got to put everything in perspective. Last season, like we were down 30 at the end of the first quarter. Like it just was bad. Like this was good. I like this. I love what I saw today. I thought today was beautiful. Today was fantastic. I really loved it. We looked great. Let's see. Do players even care about preseason? No. The guys that are trying to make the roster, yeah. If the Bulls implode and we get DeRozan for Westbrook, how would it fit? Who got the bench? We would have like 4 centers. What center would gets cut? I don't think you'd have to do either. Same thing as if we traded for Miles Turner. Vuk would be the starting center. You have Davis play the 2. You have Thomas Bryant or Davis play the power forward. Thomas Bryant plays the power forward, and then Damian Jones is the backup to Vuk. Like, we're good. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a problem at all. Biggest concern for this team, I don't know. I need a larger sample size because, like I said, LeBron had a bad game and we still looked great. So free throws, definitely we need to make free throws. We took care of the ball as like the main rotation guys, other than Nunn, but he didn't start turning the ball over until he started running with Christie and Swider and stuff like that. So how much of that was him? How much of that was just the young guys turning the ball over, stuff like that? Need a little more size. I'd like the defense to be a little more sewed up. I thought we were really good defensively. I thought everyone rotated and hit their assignments, but I think we had a couple back doors that I didn't like. We had a couple just over extensions that we should have that we need to sew up on. I liked that Russ wasn't gambling and stuff. I did. I liked that. Biggest concerns would be just make it free throws. I mean, obviously, like just in general, if we're talking generalized, like wing defense, we still definitely need wing defense, and we could definitely use a shooter, but we don't really have that out there. So the team currently constructed, my biggest concern is just making free throws and protecting the ball, and just not missing those assignments. You gotta stick to those assignments. Um, Last season we didn't care about the preseason. Look what happened. But again, there's big differences between last season and this season. Last season, we looked atrocious no matter who was in the game. This season, we were great, and then we put in our rookies and players that aren't even going to be in the rotation or on the roster. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with how it looked. If we started this game and we were down 20 at halftime, I would have been like, okay, like there's concern. For sure there's concern. But what we saw, at least today, again, I don't want to get too excited. It's one game. Let's see how they perform throughout this preseason in those 16 to 20 minute stretches, and then once we start the regular season. But I liked what I saw. I really did. Told you would be this way. What way? The Lakers look great. Been a fan since I was a kid. We were worse than last year. Did you actually watch the game, Edgar? Or did you just look at the box score and just say like, oh, the Lakers suck? Because if you watch the game, there is no way you come to that conclusion. These second and third strings could barely pass the ball without turning the ball over. We're in giant trouble. Our so-called bigs aren't reliable and being developed. I think you and me are watching two different games. We still missing Lonnie, Braun, and Schroeder. Yes, that's true too. And look, we probably wouldn't have played half the guys we played today if we had these three. But still, I do. I liked what I saw. I liked the team. Max Christie was good on defense and offense. Very aggressive play. Pat Beverly, smile and laugh for him. Yeah, I really liked what we saw with. I really liked what we saw with Christie. I thought Christie was great defensively. He's great at recovering, getting back. He's got that 6'9" wingspan, so he's able to contest those shots, stuff like that. I really liked it. I really liked what I saw from him defensively. Look, the shot's eventually going to fall. His scoring's eventually going to get there. He's young. He's 19? So he has a long way to go. But everything I saw from him, I did. I really, really liked. I really liked what I saw from him. But anyway, that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Got to the end of the chat. And here, I'll answer these last two questions, and then I'm going to get out of here. Thoughts on Darvin Ham as a coach? I mean, look, we got one game. We got one little sample size. But from what he was able to do with Russ, I like what I saw. I really did. I give him an A rating so far. But again, it was 16 minutes of play. I'm very certain Russ, LeBron, AD don't mesh well. LeBron should be running the point when starting. Russ and Schroeder should be our bench bigs. Russ was incredible today. Russ was great. I was so impressed with Russ. Christie is a poor man, Kuzma. I don't know about that. Do you think Father Time catches up with LeBron, or is he shaking off the rust? I don't think it's Father. I mean, it's one game. It's preseason. He's always had some pretty bad preseason games, though, too. I'll wait till we see in the regular season. I think part of it is also just shaking off the rust. Yes, love to see it. So anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to do as many of these, post-game lives as possible. Can't guarantee that I'll do every game post-game live, but I'm going to try to do as many as I possibly can. Subscribe to this channel. It really means a ton. Like this video. Helps me out even after. But again, really appreciate all of you. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you all in the next one.